Right, so the next question is describe how Didier will use the following types of software to prepare his geography report. So remember, well, we need to refer to the scenario. So remind yourself of what he's doing in his scenario. So he says he's taking weather readings for a month as part of his geography coursework. He will then have to write a report on his findings. He uses the internet to find some information about climate during the previous 11 months for his report. Now, you've got to link that to your scenario. So for each of these, you're going to need to think about the features of that software. Now, I think the easiest one to do first of all is the web browser, because if you haven't already worked it out, they've given you the answer, okay, in the scenario. So it says use the internet to find some information about climate during the previous 11 months on his report. So I would say that he's going to use the internet to probably find images for his report, and also he's taking weather readings for a month. So what he's going to use the internet for is the previous 11 months, so we can compare the previous 11 months to the month that he's actually doing in his report. So he's obviously going to use the web browsing software to simply compare his data to the data from the previous 11 months. So I would say, sorry, wrong question. I would say the web browser is to be used to find images and to find data to make comparisons of the month's weather. Now, let's go back to the start here. So spreadsheet software and database software. So what you've got to do is you've got to think about the benefits of each of those softwares. So obviously for both of them, he's going to record the month's weather findings. Now obviously don't compare the weather, think about the Canary Islands where it never rains. Obviously in other countries it does rain. So what he's going to measure in his weather report is obviously going to be temperature and I would say rainfall. So what can he do in the spreadsheet for that? So in a spreadsheet, I would say that he can obviously record the temperature, he can record the rainfall, and I would say that he would be able to use functions to probably calculate the mean of the weather for that month, the rainfall and the temperature. And I believe that he would probably be using the spreadsheet as well to possibly make predictions. Now, don't forget that the spreadsheet software can be used for modelling. Okay, so I would say that he's going to model probably predictions for next month's weather using that software. Now the database, obviously the database is very different software. Okay, and this is the question that's going to throw you the most. But think about the benefits of using a database. So he can still make the same calculations and still input the data in exactly the same way he would in a spreadsheet. But in a database, obviously, you can produce reports, you can produce queries, you can filter. So, for example, he may want to actually create a query to to find what was the wettest day of that month. Maybe you'd want to use a filter to do that. So basically, you would want to use the database to actually structure, use the benefits of a database to, I would say, use queries and use filters. So those are the features that I would say you'd need to mention in all three of those software types.